some of you will remember Mandrake Linux and Mandriva Linux, and hopefully, if you haven't already, you would have seen the video I did about Open Mandriva Linux at the start of this week. And of course, Open Mandriva Linux, based on originally Mandriva Linux, which of course went bankrupt and stopped being made, and it split off into Open Mandriva. But what I did mention in that video as well is that at the same time as Open Mandriva came about, so did Mageia. And Mageia is another offshoot of the OS. And as you can see on their website, at the moment, I believe that beta 2 for Mageia 9, we're going to look at beta 2, because I'm sure the stuff on normal Mageia is a bit old. I couldn't find a rolling release on this like Open Mandriva. If it is there, feel free to let me know in the comments. And again, of course, it talks about how it started in 2010 as a fork of Mandriva Linux. I can't believe it's actually been so long. It's also community projects as well. I also got documentation around I think the website might not be as flashy as Open Mandriva, but when have we ever not looked at something because of how the website looks? If that was the case, many things wouldn't be looked at. So guess what we're going to look at today? Can't look at the one without the other one. We're going to look at Mageia. So browse, just do a quick refresh here, Mageia 9. I chose a Plasma edition. I'm just going to keep this here to generic Linux 2022 is alright. 4 CPU cores, and let's give this thing 50 gigs of storage space, and let's just call it Mageia and finish that, start it up. Let's take a look here. So we can boot Mageia Live. We can use the non-free NVIDIA driver. So if you have NVIDIA card, you can use those. Okay, so there's a boot Mageia Live and an install Mageia Live. Okay, so that's 2 options. And of course, if you're using NVIDIA and you possibly want your graphics card to work, or you're having graphics issues, then you would use the non-free NVIDIA drivers. I'm just going to install here, and of course I don't have any NVIDIA hardware, so I don't have to worry about that. And now we've got this nice little screen that's doing something. Okay, choose the language to use. English. What's my time zone? I'm gonna choose LA. I don't want it to be UTC, is alright. US keyboard. I like this wizard so far. This wizard actually reminds me of Mandrake or Mandriva from back in the day. Let's just use the free space here. Unlike Open Mandriva, I see this does not use the Calamari's installer. It will remove unused hardware support and unused localization. Okay, that's fair. Go next. Removing packages. Interesting. I would think it just doesn't install those packages, but alright. And now is please wait while Mageia is being installed on your system. Take this opportunity to discover our community, mageia.org/contribute. I have absolutely no idea why I read that out loud, but okay. So, a bit about Mageia or Mandrake. Of course, it was a distribution that originally was based on Red Hat, and it was really well known to be pretty easy, simple to use back in the day. Also used and still does, the Descendants, of course, it still uses RPM packages, and now uses, I know Open Mandriva makes use of DNF for software management, among other tools. I remember using Mandrake many years ago, and was kind of sad that it just disappeared, but it's happy to see in more recent times how much more useful and worthwhile it seems to have become in more recent times. Okay, bootloader, we're going to use grub with a graphical menu. Great that there's an option. Boot device. 10-second security. I'm guessing this is security for the bootloader, so I'm not going to add a password there. That could have been a little bit clearer for someone. Are we going to probe for foreign OS? Yes. Basically, if you're running a dual boot system and you don't have that option selected, you might not find the other OS is installed. You have the opportunity to set up online media. This allows to install security updates. Okay, next, mirror choice. Let's do automatic downloader. It can either use code, wget, or AO2. I'm just going to leave that on default because I'm not to worry how it updates itself as long as it does and pulls down the files correctly. Still really surprised it hasn't asked me yet to input user credentials. I'm sure that's still coming at some point. Must admit, this kind of reminds me more of the old school ways of how some older distros used to be installed. It's amazing how much easier Calamari's installer has made things. You have the opportunity to download updated packages. Yes, let's do that. You should restart your computer for Glippic, okay? And then, preparing package installation. The following have to be removed for others to be upgraded, okay? Jesus, this thing really talks a lot, doesn't it, for a distro? Okay. We hit okay there. Okay, so we downloaded the ISO. It's applied its own updates, removed packages. I'm surprised it hasn't done more of this in the background or after it's installed. But okay, I suppose at least once it's installed, we won't have to go and upgrade the packages, but who knows? And as exciting as it is to watch a distribution upgrade, I'm gonna pause this video and I'll resume it once it's on the next step. Okay, yes, I know this is a beta. Yes, I know anything can happen. And yeah, I've got a script file for MariaDB. Okay. You should restart your computer for Glippic kernel desktop system. Okay. Please halt your computer. Remove your live system and restart your computer. Okay. Finish. What do you think I should do first? Do I click finish first or first? Halt is such a interesting way of putting it. Let's just remove the live media first. No. We just want to remove the live media. I'm not trying to delete anything. Okay, and let's click finish and see if this OS comes up again. And any moment now. Any moment. Should I do a force reset? Let's do that, because nothing is happening. Probably helps if I switch it on. And okay, good. We're getting somewhere. So let's make this bigger over here and set the administrator password. Okay, I've been waiting for ages for this. Very strong password. My real name. Well, we all know what that is. It's Gosh. And a password, something incredibly strong. Next. Okay, my username and my password, and we logging into Plasma. Login. And okay. So again, media sources, so you can configure the software sources as you want them. So you can choose if you want to include non-free backports, note, and it tells you what those are all about. Update, advisories of updates, so you click on that and I'm guessing it's gonna open up Firefox and give you a link on what's going on there. Okay, that's pretty cool. MCC, Mageia Control Center. Okay, so let's open that up and authenticate. Oh yes, now this looks like how Mageia of old, Mandrake Mandriva, and anyone that uses SUSE or OpenSUSE will definitely recognize this type of thing as well. This is nice to see again. Really nice. Mageia Control Center. Cool. Interesting to see they've got theirs. Install software. How do you do that? With RPM Drake or DNF Dragora. Applications. Okay. Various audio codecs installed. Firefox. VLC is Mageia Extra Themes, Games, Internet. Not something I almost prefer the layout of this to Open Mandriva. Audio. Let's install. But no, that's already installed. Like I did previously. Calibra. Authenticate again. Okay. +1 to Open Mandriva. Once you put in your details, it just does all this in the background. It doesn't worry the user. This talks quite a bit back. Graphics. Hello. Oh. Okay. Hello. Oh, you can't. Okay, well, you can't do anything else once you've selected what you want to install. So if you want to install multiple things at once, don't install it that way. Click on Start, Tools, Development. Oh, they even have Emacs pre-installed. Nice. And yep, ebook reader is installed. So that works. Your configuration. You are now running Mageia 9, kernel 6.3.7, 64-bit. Your user ID is 1000. I haven't seen a Linux distro tell someone what their user ID is for a long time. Okay. Close that. And if you can get back here, back to the control center, take it. Okay, fine. We're not going back there. Default. Install, remove software documentation. So I have to tell you, really also like what they've done with this distro. It's kind of like it gives you flashbacks of Mandrake, but not quite there. I dare say, I suppose they're both pretty much of a muchness, but I almost prefer Open Mandriva. I think if you could get this control panel, or the Mageia, and because obviously Open Mandriva looks like theirs was based on the same, or they rewrote it. You could really get the best of both worlds. I mean, at least here, Open. I'm just busy doing a quick install here of Audacity just to see how the software installs. But Open Mandriva allows you to set different interfaces if you're coming from another OS such as Windows or Mac or Ubuntu. Not needed. I mean, it's not needed and could be extra crudge. But I think that's a nice feature. But hey, that's just me. And I'm sure Neil's Audacity. And okay, I'm gonna install system settings version of KDE is 5.27. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, there's old Audacity. So in short, yeah, I mean, use Open Mandriva, use Mageia, both pretty similar. Mageia doesn't seem to have a rolling distro. Open Mandriva has a rolling option and a server option as well, and more customizations available. And I had far less issues installing it, and less far easier to install, less questions midway through. But yeah, both pretty similar to each other, and my vote is Open Mandriva. But let us know in the comments what you think. As always, thanks for watching.